Situation wise, looks pretty. See, weak military, weak international presence, weak in everything. That's the goal right now, keeping the monarchy alive. Alright folks, back with another episode of Suzerain. They getting back to the prologue. We just finished with the character creation, so now gonna start the story. I mean, I'm not gonna keep you waiting, so let's get to it. The angelic sounding voice of the boy core echoed throughout the great hall of Palace Resna. Okay, Palace Resna, what is he? Okay, I'll read this stuff later. To most Rizian, this was the grandest room in the grandest building in the entire country. To me, it was just home. I remember wandering between the mosaic tilt column as a bored teenager, goofing off with Pavel in the upper gallery as my father met with foreign dignitaries. And of course, this was where I had married Lena. Yep, our dead wife. I leaned forward in the Silla Orica, the gold-plated wooden throne on which all monarchies of Rizia were coronated. The ceremonial robes I was wearing chafed under the scar on my shoulder. Against the scar on my shoulder, I thought about the kidnapper bullet and how close I had come to never seeing this day. The hall before me was filled with nobles, politicians, business magnates, and even movie stars. A television crew moved up and down the aisle, broadcasting the ceremony to Rizian public for the first time. My mother was sitting in the front row next to Uncle Hugo. Tradition dictated that in the absence of the king or queen consort, the seat next to me would be filled by the successor to the throne. So that's our daughter that will be sitting next to us, Vina, plucked at a stray thread in her gown. Being a Torres, how are you feeling, father? My feelings are none of your business. Shh, stop fishing. Okay. I am ready for the next chapter. Ready for the next chapter. My daughter smiled. Me too, I wish mother was the one sitting here though. The final notes of the coronation hymn, "By his sword I live," rang out, and expectant silence filled the hall. It was broken by the sounds of shuffling footsteps, the cameras followed by Grand Wiseman Sal Ignatius as we walked slowly down the central aisle, bearing a velvet cushion. He presented it in front of me. On it was the Taurus crown, a black onyx orb, and a scroll containing the words to the royal oath. Let's recite the oath. Why not? I took the scroll. I hereby pledge myself in service to the great nation of Rizia and its people. I promise to guard my country with a steadfast hand, to uphold laws of this land under Saint Ruhek's watchful eyes, to wield the sword of justice and the shield of mercy in equal measure. All this I shall do until the day I die. Okay, so I did the orb. I did the oath. Take the orb. Rizia, Taurus, Azera. So okay, so Rizia has what? 3 main royal house: the Taurus, which is us, Azaro, Sazan. I need to make a note of this. I need to write this shit down. Notepad. Rizia, 3 main houses. It's like 3 houses Fire Emblem all over again. Taurus, Azaro, and Sazan. Okay. So this is very useful for me. Okay. And then I look at the crown. I gaze at the Taurus crown. So Taurus took the crown 250 years ago. It was made of pure gold. Adorned with 2 twisting spires resembling bull's horn. Look at Estella. Okay, Estella's my mom. Conspirational wink. Saul Ignatius. May Saint Ruhek fills you with his Holy Spirit on this day, as he did your ancestor before you. So, why is it only led by us and the Swiss God, the faithful? So from my memory, if it serves right, Ruhek is something similar to like Christianity, and that's all I remember. But I need to read more about this later. But anyway, with trembling hand, the grand wise man lifted the crown off the cushion. I could spot a gray hair still clinging to its inner rim, my father's. When you keep the promise you have made before God and your people. The crown came down on my head. Its heaviness surprised me. By the divine power vested in me, I proclaim you the sovereign king of Rizia. Arise, King Romus. Stand up. I stood. The choir broke into the show of gold, the Rizian national anthem. Should I make a speech now, or should I proceed with the coronation? Tough choice. I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. Let's make a speech. I know this is highly unusual, but we are living in unusual times. Uncle Hugo had been looking bored up to this point. He now sat bolt upright. When my father died, my father was a great but flawed man. Yeah, I didn't make any promise when he died. I'm like, fuck it. You know what? 2 is a good response. My father was a great but flawed man. His mistakes will not be repeated. Under my rule, Rizia will be transformed to the kingdom of Riz. We must break with tradition and enter the 20th century. We must stop letting our past grudges uphold. Well, yeah, because I said I want to uphold the monarchy. Keep the monarchy, okay? Restore the glory days. Yes. Make Rizia great again. Make it great again. Only when Rizia is once again whole can a new era of peace and prosperity begin. Only once Rizia is united under a strong king can a new era begin. One king, one god, one country. Absolutism, let's go. Glorious Axa Rizia. Oh, the whole fell silent again. My uncle was the first to speak. Hugo, Glorious Axa Rizia. Glory to Rizia. His shout reverberated throughout the hall. The attendees hurried, broke into enthusiastic applause. The choir restarted the national anthem. I passed my cousin Rico in the second row. He kept his head down and didn't acknowledge me. Okay, Rico Torres is the son of Hugo, nephew of the late king. Okay, he grew up in Isa, with ultra national stance and often out of public common. Hence the stain. Okay, so he's kind of sus. I don't know about him. My uncle seems to be chill though. So, yeah. Seems to be chill. As he kept walking, I recognized various other members of Rizia 3 royal houses as well as the monarch from distant kingdoms. The entire back rows was reserved for the Rumburgian royal family and their entourage. I could feel my sister-in-law Beatrice's eyes on me. Okay, Beatrice was from Rumburg. That was from the first game. We reached the end of the hall, where a spiral staircase led to the palace balcony. Come, Vina. Let's greet our future subjects. So it's good that I have my heir with me too, so she can learn. I hope she's not like Frank from the first game, because Frank was fucking annoying, I swear to God. I hope she's like more chill. So, my daughter beamed up and put her arm through mine. We walked up and up the stairs until we came to a door. Open it. When my eyes adjusted, I regarded the scene below me. Thousands of people were packed onto the palace grounds, some waving the Rizian flag, others the house tourist banner. Just beyond them, at the gates, the police easily held back a small pockets of protesters. I paid little attention to them. I was focused on the noise of the crowd, an overwhelming roar that gradually cohered into a single chant: Salutenus Axa Regu Novus. Oh Hail the King. I'm curious, I don't know if this language is influenced from like Spanish or maybe it's from Latin. I'm just curious. Oh Hail the New King. Okay, a bunch of stuff pops up like back then. Okay, oh this shit right here. Oh damn it. Okay, let's examine our situation. But before that, I want to look at the global map. Not you. Where's the global map? Get all this shit out of here. Get all this shit out of my face. How do I turn? God damn it. I just click every single thing manually. Can I do this and it's just gonna disappear? No, I have to click on it. The fuck? This is annoying. Isn't there a way so I can just make all of these disappear? Okay, finally. Alright. Let me look at the world map. So, Swortland is still here. See? Swortland. The OG game. Oh my god. See, Swortland in the beginning, we start over here. We have Lesbia, Wayland, Runeberg. And then the DLC, now we're in the Kingdom of Rizia. But let's examine across the world. Republic of Swortland. The morning will come, victory is close. Okay. This is military overwhelming. Yeah, this is 37 million. 16. No. Okay, so this is during Alfonso presidency. Okay. I mean, you can read the codex, but anyone that played the first game already know. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. Let's see some of the diplomatic report. Queen Beatrice and Grace sent formal congratulations upon returning home from the coronation ceremony. Queen Beatrice Livingston, yep, she was our primary antagonist from the Swortland game, but in this game, she's probably going to be an ally to us. So, but Runeberg and Grace, the Guild of Royal Allies for Commercial Exchange, she welcomed us to the ranks of the world's remaining monarchs and attached a personal note expressing her sorrow that her sister did not live to see our coronation. So yeah, we are part of Grace. So Grace is kind of like this world, like united alliance of like monarchies. All the remaining monarchies are semi-constitutional monarchies. They all sign. They are all a part of Grace. So the map's definitely expanded. I can see like everything here. So actually, can I see the top? Does it mean say the top? No, I can't see the top. It's not like Swortland where I can see everything. Okay. Alright, and then let's see. So Rizia. Nope, I don't want to see that. Let's look at our neighbor. Morella. What do we have here? Elma Sultana sends congratulations gifts. The new elected Prime Minister of Morella will reach out to us after the coronation, sending her best wishes and desire to work more closely together, especially on the matter regarding the international trade. And then Nuris Republic of Derdia. Derdian leader Porha Asmo has sent us a message of congratulations following our coronation, as well as his assurance that God is with us. Despite our differing interpretation of the Ruhesist religion, he invited us to join him for a friendly conversation in the capital of Nael at our leisure. Okay. Okay, so we are bordered with Wayland, Morella. There's a tiny port right here with Dirtia. Okay. Grand Duchy of Palace is right here. So they are pretty strong. 6.8 million pops. Grand Duke, Axel Reinhardt, Absolute Monarchy, Palace. Okay, they're a member of OMEC. Trademark Copa, member of Alliance of Nation. Okay. And Morella is member of OMEC and member of Alliance, and they have 51 million people. Strong military, neutral. We have neutral relation with them. They speak Morellan, capital. They are a republic. Let's see. Well, this is obviously a theocratic republic, so it's like it's kind of like Iran then. it's kind of like Iran, theocratic republic. So there's election there, but It's like there's a supreme, like how do I say, like supreme religious leader, I guess, supreme wise man, Jorge Asmo. Yeah, he looks. Yeah, he looks. He does look like he's religiously. He got that looking. They are unfriendly with us. Strong military, member of INA, International Nurus Alliance. It's an intergovernmental religious alliance led by the Nurus Republic of Derdia. That's interesting. So this is alliance. This is an alliance based on religion, and they are a member of the Alliance of Nations. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna read this part later. Okay, doing off screen. I'm probably gonna read it. Then there's a bunch of other nations here. United States, Acacia, Treaty Organization. Yeah, so in this world, Acacia is like this world version of the USA, and they are not on this map because they are like on the other side of the world. So, but this Macopa, this region here, some nations is allied with Acacia, and some are allied with fictional USSR, which is over here, the Continent Security Pact. So, yeah, 9 nations led by United Container. So, interesting. Okay, it's just the world. Oh, wait, I can see my table. Oh, okay. Let me look around my table. This is just the codec. It's interesting. And then I have okay, my connection. And on this side, what do I have here? It's just my turns. Oh, my ring of my wife. Okay, my collection. I have the wedding ring. Damn. Then I have my medal. Kingdom of Riz. So okay, let's look on the right side. Oh, there's more stuff over here. Wait, no. Oh, this is just the regional map. Okay, there's 2 maps. So this is the world map. World map. This is the regional map. Okay, I see it now. Okay, I can see the whole thing right here. Okay. You got me. Oh, this is the newspaper. Yeah, oh, look at all that's fancy stuff. Oh, okay. Then you have the island. Woo! Yes, sir. I'm loving this already. Loving this. Loving this. Okay. Let's look at our regional map then. Let's go to our regional map. And let's check the news. I'm curious as to like, because in the original game there's like a lot of newspaper, because there's like the economical newspaper that's kind of like more capitalist, that's more right wing, and then you have the geopolitics, which is more neutral. You have like a leftist newspaper. I forgot the name of it, but like, and then you have like you have a left wing newspaper, right wing newspaper. Geopolitics has always been neutral. But since we are a royal monarchy, I think we only have one official newspaper. That's from the monarch. So if it is from the Royal Herald, Rufus Crack Royal Gossip Coronation Fashion edition. For the first televised coronation in history, the royal family pull out all the stops. While King Romus looked resplendent in his gold brocaded robes, all eyes were on Queen Mother Estella, who strode through the grand hall in a flowing purple gown with a lengthy embroidered train and a plunging neckline. Inappropriate for a woman of her age? I'll let you readers decide. Next to her grandmother, Princess Vienna looked positively demure in her long sleeve gown and simple diamond tiara. The trio put on a good show, but the absence of House Taurus' most beautiful and stylish member, the late Princess Consort, Lena of Rumburg, was acutely felt. Should His Majesty ever remarry, his new wife will have a hard time outdressing her predecessor. Okay? King Romus gave address in Grand of Rizia rejoiced as our new King Romus Torres celebrated his coronation in the Grand Hall of Palace Resna. His Majesty was the picture of grace as he proceeded through the hall together with Queen Mother Estella and Princess Vina in a solemn ceremony, accompanied by the boy choir of Zilba and presided over by the Grand Wiseman Sal Ignatius. He accepted the Taurus crown and the Bichu, or representing our nation's proud trio of noble houses. He rose as the king, and after an unconventional but well-received speech, greeted his public from the palace balcony. Some 2,000 commoners arriving from all corners of the countries would generally allow onto the stage ground for the occasion. Okay, so it seems pretty neutral. Seems to be pretty positive. Newspaper. Nothing too crazy. So geopolitics. New Rizian king hints at iron rule. As of today, Rizian has a new king, Romus Torras, son of the late monarchs Valero, ascended to the throne in a lavish televised ceremony attended by the royals, dignitaries, foreign ambassadors, and members of the press. Our attention was focused less on the archaic rites of the coronation itself and more on the unconventional speech given by King Romus, in which he implied that his strength would unite the country after the fizzled-out reign of Valero the Frail. Is iron rule returned to Rizia? Yes! It's be ruin iron fist. Boom! Make Rizia great again. No, but to be all jokes aside, I mean, based on the backstory, we got kidnapped by like terrorists from a foreign country, so PTSD. Let's see, and then we crushed the rebels. So I think it fits due to our backstory. We want to be we want to be harsh but fair. We want to show the image of a strong, powerful country, not a weak one. We don't want to make ourselves look weak. So it's kind of a cool situation. Okay. So we have. Okay, let's look at our military situation first. Heavy reliance on foreign equipment. Small fleet. Okay. Waning combat experience. Okay, we have it doesn't. Okay, we don't have a lot of combat experience. Don't have a good officer corps. Take strength its officer corps. Group of well school military mind molded by. Okay. Lack of naval capability. Okay. Lack of short, medium range missile. Lack of modern bombers. Corps size mobile force. Okay. Extend board officer and defensive corps level. So we have a kind of like a small mobile force that's pretty flexible. Have full military. Okay. Adequate. So low manpower. So military situation looks kind of like okay-ish. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. The only bad thing is we have a tiny ass fleet and heavy reliance on foreign imports, and we don't want that. So we have a paratrooper brigade. Okay. And small marine division. Okay, got it. We have a large mountaineer corps. Okay. Monarchist fighting tradition, and monarchs boast the national immunity. Soldier draws from the past monarchs, China invader. Yep, so we have the monarch as the source of inspiration. Let's see our policy. We do have military conscription. Mandatory conscription for 24 and older. That's interesting. Usually conscription is for like 18 or above, but they want 24 or older, which is interesting. Rizia 12 months long conscription policy has been in place since the early 1900s, result of regional tensions. This long-standing practice ensured that the nation remained militarily vigilant and prepared. Provinces like Brenas, Blanquiers, and to provide division size formation maxing 15,000. Provinces like to the central government from the resources. This arrangement yeah, because our situation is kind of weird because Rizia is a monarchy with still like major noble houses in control. So I guess what they did a compromise where I'm assuming that because each noble house, like the two other noble house would provide at minimum, they are obligated to provide in minimum of 14,000 troops to the central government. Doing active peacetime or wartime. So this, so it helps increase the central military power, but also preserving the Okay, we still have armed force. Volga-Dactyl military industrial complex located in the heart of Volga-Dactyl. The forge of Rizia is renowned for its expansive foundries factory. Okay. An expensive number of trenches and land defense along Rizia. Okay. So this area is heavily fortified along the palace border. So it's similar to like the North and South Korean situation right now. Okay. See what laws we have. We don't have we ban homosexuality. Okay. Okay. This ban reflects deep-seated traditional values and stand as a point of contention in both domestic dialogue. We have capital punishment. Okay, rooted in historical, semi-centralized. Operate under a semi-centralized constitutional monarchy, a governance model where the monarch remains significant in power. A certain facet of government. Okay. So certain things. So it's like semi-centralized, but like, yeah, because on a local level, it's still like the local nobles running things, not the central government. Labor hands restricted. Okay. Yeah, state media is control. All major media outlets in Rizia operates under this royal herald with distinction state oversight, ensuring a consistent narrative. This level of control is pivotal in ensuring that disseminated information aligns closely. Okay, so we have state control media. Citizenship by blood, right? Citizenship required based on a person's ancestral descent of recent blood, even if they were born outside Rizia. Oh, interesting. This policy strongly emphasized familial ties, offering a patches. Okay, so as long as you can prove that you're half Rizian, you have Rizian blood, then you can become. Oh, that's actually pretty flexible. Honestly, they have a pretty flexible like immigration law. Like let's say your mom is like Rizian, you can trace her lineage or whatever, and then you become a Rizian. Oh, that's actually pretty chill. That's pretty lax, honestly, because you don't have to be born in Rizia. Yeah, you could born outside of Rizia. But is it like you have to prove that you are 1/4 Rizian then, or the other way around? Application of certain substances, male preferences, premature succession. Under this system, the eldest living son of a monarch inherits the throne, followed by his brother and then sisters in order of birth. This succession practice reinforced the traditional lineage system, prioritizing males and while still recognizing female heirs in the absence of a male sibling. So yeah, we don't have any male heirs, so we have our daughters. So royal tradition is upheld. Based stability, continuity. Okay. Homogeneous society. Yep. Yeah, so we have a pretty homogeneous society, with this like majority who has this population, adequate women's right, Historically, from place where is ahead of many nations concerning women right. Yet, even with these advancements, political and still is known remains still upset women. Okay. Weak human right. Yep. Freedom of expression, capital punishment, homosexuality is banned. Yeah, those voice here for freedom. We censor the media. Yeah, the royal house stands as Rizia's predominant source of state info. Okay, unfair treatment of foreigners. Let's see, dirty and Wesek, Bludish, and other labels hand. Challenging Rizzian landscape, these foreigners viral costs in regional economic often systemic prejudice, don't have separation of power. Yep, structure with monarchy holding all the power. While this leads to rapid choices, the absence of power despair of race browse among democratically inclined observers. Supporters, however, appreciate the swift decisiveness of this structure permits. Yeah, no separation of power makes things faster, more efficient. I mean, get things done more quickly, but there's no like check and balances. So a lot of like, let's say, unpopular choices cannot be blocked. So, but it is what it is. Resource-based economy. We have our royal gold, gas, fuel, rail and sea network, income tax. Oil field discovery in 1995 is one of Brazilian historical oil asset. Although mostly depleted, it still contributes to Rizia oil equipment, like its counterpart. It is under the dedicated management of Rizia oil and gas for the football industry. Income tax rate. We have a wine industry. We have a sea network. Okay, so we have gold. Yeah. So we are pretty rich in resources. I'm not worried about that. So low extraction oil, rigid energy economy, low production capacity, local tourist. Yeah, we need to increase our tourism. So our energy price is average right now. Gas field, medium extraction volume, state owned 30%, average local gold extraction, most reduction in new business, self-sufficient economy, partially. We have high resources out, okay. Trade zone. We have a good football team, good transport system. Okay, that's good. Welfare. No drugs addiction treatment. Health and education. So health and education state owned. No, so there's no private ownership of health and education, which is a good. I think it should be like that. So market-driven system. The housing market is operating on a supply and demand dynamics without significant state intervention. Prices, availability, and housing policies are largely determined by the market force developed. Okay, so the housing is fully private. Health and education is a state institution or state institutions. There are no private enterprise in these two categories. These laws skew towards landlord, providing with greater rights and protection in property matters. Tenants and contractors may face challenges asserting their rights or addressing grievances with the legal landscape. Okay. Liza, the creators, Rizia underwent transformative welfare reform, particularly in education and women's rights. Kingdom-funded institution flourished, playing a pivotal role in national development. Those are not only okay. Line of blasphemy law. Gokondas find their religious freedom severely curtailed. The state has clamped down on their places of worship, making practicing their faith a daunting challenge. Okay, horrible workers' rights. Kingdom face critical situation regarding labor's rights. With rampant exploitation, inadequately safety, and poor representation, this has led to widespread unrest. Okay. Overcrowding at its newest place of worship, lack of affordable housing, outstanding standard. Okay. Alright, so let's see our order. Our border guard, pro intelligence, okay, service, golden guard, weak border, yeah, mid, regal stability, nation has thrive and remain, okay, no revolutionary threat, influence from backline, Morella, and United Katana spark great revolutionary statement, but their overall impact remains negligent, vigilant, risky in defense, in turn. Oh, that's good. There's no like communist agitator going on in our country. We don't want that. Remember of Grace. Unite monarchies from continents like Makopa, Rika, and Sheena. Fostering trade. Okay. That's awesome. Rising signal against Memo released. Go rich. Okay, we have the lease with Wayland. Part of our land. Okay. OMEC member. Alright. Situation, lost territorial integrity. She faced significant setback with the loss of its ancestral lands of Palace and the vital territory of Zil. This territory loss has not only impacted the national pride and history, but also posed a challenge in terms of strategic positioning, resource allocation, weak power, projection, okay. Big pro either yet pushing global rivalry. Okay, so there's a two-war superpower fighting for influence right now in the continent. Average trade, mixed global image, key MITS member, global monarchy support network. Yeah, we need to keep the monarchy alive. That's the goal right now, keeping the monarchy alive. Situation-wise, looks pretty. Let's see, weak military, weak international presence, weak in everything, which is bad. And we don't want that. Let's see our connection. Wait, hold up. Overwheel. No, we've seen that overwheel connection wise. Our Uncle Hugo is our Grand Vizier. Lorenzo Esquivel is our Foreign Affairs Counselor. Sal is our Grand Vizier. Elena is our Treasury and Economy Counselor. Lucita Azaro is our War and Security Counselor. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of codex. I'll read more about them later. Anyway, we have a House of Delegates, so there's only two parties. The RNC and the RPP. I don't know what the RPP stands for. Daria Del Rana, leader of the RNC, the RPP, People's Party, the heir to House. Okay, he's the heir to House Sazan. Interesting. Okay, only two political parties. Because in the original game, Scotland has like what? National Party. There's Independence. Yeah, Scotland has more parties in their like House of Delegates. Well, but since we are monarchy, you know, this is just all symbolic. You know, noble house. House Azaro. House is the ruling family of the city of Monteclair and the province of Cadiz. Monteclair is the second most powerful Rizia 3 noble house. Its statue is a pair of crossed sword. So she's the head of that house. House Sazan. House of Brenna. It's a cactus. Historically, the Sazan are known to be patron of arts and education. Wait, no, let me look at the map. Hold up. So let's see. Hold up. So the province of Cadiz. Okay, so House Azaro headquarters here. Now Sazan headquarters is Brenner's. It's up here. Okay, that's Brenner's. Okay, so our country's actually pretty small. You really look at it. So there's only what? 3 main provinces. So this is our home province. The capital is right here. House Sazan is right here. And house. Okay, so it's all balanced. Okay, this Rizia seems to be very like tiny and balanced out. Okay. And House Torres, ruling family of Rizia and the most powerful of the country's 3 noble house. It controls the throne as well as the province of Monquis and the city of Iza. So Keys. Issa. Okay, so this is our home province. This is the capital, and then the two other noble houses over here. Okay, this territory is leased to Wayland, and then we have the Palace Administrative District, this area, and then this territory is independent. Okay. So our situation is pretty delicate, you know, with three main houses controlling the country. Pretty interesting. Read the report. With the governing seat of Keys winning after our ascension to the throne, it was decided our cousin Hubertus, the closest Taurus relative living in the province, would assume the position until if and when Princess Vin is appointed Duchess. In a private message, he sent his assurance that he and his family would remain servants of the king. Well, you better be good. You better not betray me. To mark our coronation, acting war and security council Duchess Lucita Azaro, together with the head of the armed forces Carlos Robles Azaro, led the military forces in Camp Domus in special exercise. Most other high-ranking members of House Azaro were present at the festivities, with the exception of General Thaddeus, who remained in the hospital after suffering a stroke. Dang. Okay. And let's see. The Sazar nobility has issued their formal congratulations on our coronation. Family members hosted an outdoor screening of the ceremony at Arena Sabalis. Okay. Attended by citizens from across the province of Brenas. Okay, got it. Cool. Let's look at our current situation. So, dining hall, decide the scale of the festivities. Okay, hold up. So let's start capital. House towards governor. Historical capital. Industrial center. Population 7.9 million. That's actually a lot of people. Very mixed religion, mixed ethnicity. Okay, let's see. Let's look at early morning. The morning after my coronation, I was woken up by a knock on the door. It took me a few seconds to remember where I was. The royal bedroom on the top floor of the resident wing of Palace Resnas made the one in the tourist palace in Monkeys look shabby. Ornate gold trim covered the walls. I was alone in the bed. I could easily have slept for. Wait, what? I was alone in the bed that could easily have slept. Anyway, okay. I don't know what that means. The knocking on the door continued. Who is it? The door swung open. Pavel walked in. Oh, my best friend. Beaming. After I left to join the military, my friend had worked his way up to chief butler. It was hard to believe he was now the head of my royal household. Pavel Adria. Rise and shine, your majesty. So, he's my butler? Okay. Grew up in around staying his father in his landscaping work. At age 8, he joined the house to establish a kitchen assistant, supplementing his work with 9-10 classes. He worked his way up to head butler. Okay, this is some Downton Abbey stuff. Okay, first to King Valero, then to his son Romus. His particular experience include household management, garden maintenance. Ooh, he's like Alfred. Some Downton Abbey stuff. Like he's like Alfred. Okay. What nerve barging on a king like that? I have your head. Where's my newspaper? Okay, I'm not gonna be an asshole. Okay, it's good to see you, my friend. You too. Romus Torres, King of Riz, who came a long way since we were kids. Not really. All I have to do is get this show away from my father to die. That sounds kind of fucked. So have you, Mr. Chief Butler? Not bad for the groundskeeper's sons, of course. It helped to have friends in high places. He looked me in the eyes. Yeah, see? Connection gets you everywhere. Forgive me if I'm overstepping, but how are you doing? I know you and your father didn't get along by the end, but it's never easy to lose a parent. You know what? It's complicated. I don't know how I should feel right now. There's no should you feel what you feel. He opened the door of my armory and began pulling out items of clothing. You have quite the packed schedule this morning. Why don't you eat breakfast with the girls while I get your outfit ready? Won't you? Don't you want to eat with us? I ate in the servants' quarter before coming here. There are hierarchies to be observed, and now that you are king, I'm afraid. Aww. But we're still friends though, right? I mean, I know we have like rules and stuff, but always be mare volu un oxit solu. 2 tide rise, 1 sun sets. Aw. You always were the poetic type. I'm just a humble servant. Enjoy your breakfast. Still in my dressing gown, I headed downstairs. In the eastern dining room, an enormous breakfast spread had been laid out. My mother was already sitting at the table, digging a spoon into a single grapefruit half. Really? That's all you're eating? Despite the early hour, my mother was already in her full makeup. She dabbed at her lips with a napkin. That was one cheeky speech you gave yesterday. The people are having a field day. Okay, so my mom is the commoner, right? Taurus Neba is the mother of King Taurus and the widow of the late king, born to a fishing family, yeah, in the harbor district. She moved to in her late teens. She found work waitressing. Okay. The courtship and subsequently was the subject of much scandal. Yeah, I guess she's a lowborn, right? Yeah, with rapper that would be designated as heir to the throne. Surprisingly, was able to persuade Orga to approve of the marriage, bestow the noble status of. Okay, so she was just a commoner, but then okay. Good charm, daring fashion sense, won over the public, especially abroad. Okay, she's disliked because of her commoner status. Okay. I meant every word of it. I'm very sure that you did. Her face grew stern. You ought to be careful though. This country takes its royal tradition seriously. Your father and I learned that the hard way. What did he say to you before he died, by the way? I never asked. He said not to make the same mistake as he did. It's a pity. He must have been talking about Zil and Pales, his great follies. It's a pity that he didn't live to preside over my homeland's big return to Rizia. But soon you will. Only one. Zil will be ours again, and so will Pales. Well, I told the Duke. Let's see. Fuck it. I never cared so much about Pales, but I don't have to tell you how much Zil means to me. But don't let my nattering on keep you from eating. A king needs energy. She had me a risetta, the traditional rice and kinsey custard tart. The crust was exceptionally flaky. Just then, Vina came bouncing down the stair. Isn't it a lovely morning? My daughter kissed mother on the cheek, then gave me a shy wave. I nearly got lost on the way here, Grandma. Why didn't you tell me this place has such a big library? Because I didn't want you to hold up in there all the time. But grandmother's got to see her granddaughters every so often, you know. Not too many of those. The sweeter the taste, the wider the waist. Don't you agree, Romus? That's nonsense, Vina. Eat as much as you want. It's a special occasion. It's a special occasion. You can eat as much as you want. Suit yourself now. If anyone took a bite, Amaroha. Suit yourself now. If anyone in this place could make a halfway decent strudel, that would be worth ruining one's figure for. Okay, how old is my daughter actually? She was named after Vina Livingston, the great aunt of King Alfred. Age 10. She narrowly survived the boat accident that killed her mother. Okay, under pressure from Queen Mother. She was subsequently shielded from public eye until coming of age shortly before her father's coronation. Little is therefore known about her private life. on her keen intellect and love of horseback riding. Okay, so she's a pretty smart gal. Okay. We ate for a while in silence. Vienna looked lost in thought. Finally, she spoke up. Father, I wanted to ask you something. You know that I'm 18 now. Okay, she's 18. I know, we already behind to find your husband, yes, and I'm not gonna assume. I was thinking I'm old enough to accompany you to your council meetings. Okay. It's unusual for a female heir to join the council, I know, but didn't you do the same when you were my age? No, I joined the military. Yeah, I joined the military. I didn't join the council meeting. Yeah, I didn't join the council meeting. I was in the military. This is what's important to me. Liz the Great is a huge legacy to live up to after all. Yeah, that's my grandma. You shouldn't be worried about living up to anyone's legacy. You are great in your own right. That's very kind of you, father, but Liza was the most beloved queen in our history. Of course people will compare me to her. You're getting ahead of yourself, sweetheart. The crown is on your father's head right now, not yours. She looked at me sharply. And what your father needs for is for your lovely little face to be seen at the balls and ribbon cutting ceremonies, not hidden behind council doors. Yeah, it's true that you learn more about how the world works by being out in it and not by shadowing me. I mean, her statement is somewhat correct. I mean, just being out in public and engaging with like different diplomats and different like foreign emissaries, it's good too. Just letting the public know, oh, you are like the heir to the throne, you know. So not just hiding behind closed doors. So I won't say one. Yeah, because you don't. I mean, beauty increase is part of first impression, which is important. But I think I'm gonna use 4, just not to like, you know, just be just be There's better way to learn, you know. Going to balls won't teach me how decrees are made, or how to negotiate with foreign leaders. Only time served on the council will do that. You want to spend the rest of your lives cooped up in the dens of snakes? Council isn't some wise all-knowing entity. Everyone on it is only looking after their own house and their own stature. Yep, your grandmother is right. And God help you get in the way of either of those. My father may have allowed his cats to run roughshod over him. I will not make the same mistake. If navigating the council's self-interest will be part of my future duties, I need to learn how to do that too. I promise it'll be much like I'm not even there, and I step out in public as much as I can. Okay, so compromise. Okay, we make a. I promise it will be like I'm not even there, and I step out in public as much. Okay, that's a good compromise. All right, you can join. Thank you. I can't wait to start. I better refresh myself on Rizian law. Okay. She pushed her plate away and dashed back up the stairs. Once she was gone, my mother lit a cigarette. She started smoking. You don't realize that she'd be nothing but a liability to you in that room. She's the heir apparent. It'll be a good education for her. Yeah, she's the heir. She has to learn one way or another. I hope you're right. Yeah, she has to learn. She's my only daughter. Unless I have a son. I mean, but plus, I mean, she will be my ally too, so I need her. Okay, You always believe you make a good king, you know, even if he didn't always shows it. I can't wait for the council meeting. Okay, I won't be just good. I'll be the best. It's almost time for the council meeting. Okay. Relationship update. Okay. Okay, we are ally. Awesome! We need that. Okay. Let's see. What? Alright, we are friendly with Waylon. Wait, no, wait. Yeah, we are friendly with Waylon. We are neutral with Lesbia. Let's see. Wait, are we? What's our relation? We are neutral. Neutral with Morella. Bad. Well, no, it's actually neutral now. Awesome. Monog. What is authority? I don't even get. What's authority? I know budget from the first game. -1 military expenditure. What's energy? What's that used for? Anyway, fuck it. I don't care. Codex is updated. What's updated? Okay, my daughter. It's updated. Info is updated. The newspaper is updated. Coronation party at Isa by hooligans. Opposed coronation party headed by Rico Torga, Duke of Isa, was unfortunately interrupted by a small group of hooligans waving signs chanting "End the tourist reign" at the gates. Oh, they are traitors! We gotta kill them! Aided by numbers of civilian watchdog from Isa base group. Disperse the troublemakers whom Duke Rico responded. These criminals are guests in our countries. If they want to live here, they got to bend the knee to our king. It is as simple as that. Okay. Let's go read the report. Okay, this city is in our home province. So, Baron and Baroness Valenkia reaffirms loyalty after absence. Security forces were dispatched to the estate of Lord and Lady Julio and Octavia Torres following their conspicuous absence from our coronation. In the past, the couple was suspected of spreading false rumors discrediting King Valero's claim to the throne. However, they testified that their absence was due to a bout of food poisoning from improperly prepared shellfish, and enthusiastically reaffirmed their future to King Romus and his family. Kinda sus. I don't know, bro. I don't know. The execution news is getting closer. Okay. No, it may need to execute some people. Anyway. Okay, so Dirty has this tiny port here. This little gulf right here, this little peninsula is very interesting. Then you have Morella. Then we have Waylon here, and then Lesbia. Yeah, this little coastline is very interesting. Because honestly, we just blocked out. If our navy can just block everything here, we have a strong navy. Then old trade coming in here is like blocked permanently. That's interesting. Just like the geopolitics right here. Alright, let's look at... It's a tourist governor too. Exceptional wine year. It's been... They name it Rome is the Red. Okay, cool. House of Delegate host... was reaching... hold a special session where members took an oath of allegiance to the crown. Each parliamentary were asked to stand firm of his or her commitment to serve under the King Romus' reign with dedication and integrity. Okay. The Rizian public is eager to celebrate the new king coronation. Investing in lavish celebrations could make a good first impression and earn their favor. I feel like we can use our budget for something else, like maybe the economy, not the coronation. I guess it helps with the authority, but our authority is already high as it is. So you know what? I'm gonna have a small parade. Yeah, nothing fancy. Keep it simple. But that's a waste of money. Armed force advance in South China. Following its policy campaign in West China, Acacia has intensified military operation in South China, aiming to dismantle Malignanist-leaning regimes and promote democratic governance. This move comes to Acacia face growing resistance from Narashima and Salina, where CSP influences are on the rise. Okay. The conflict has escalated, with Acacian armed forces engaging in fierce battles against well-entrenched local force. Back home, the Acacian public grows increasingly concerned about the soaring military expenditure and the slow pace of resources extraction causing price fluctuation. Okay. Okay, let's look at the political overview. Okay. Okay, hurry up, father. A true king is never late. It is the other who are early. Ooh! Come back! After collecting my thoughts, I pushed open the door and walked in. I've only been here once or twice. I gazed at the high dome ceiling. Okay. To my surprise, the room was empty except for one man, my uncle. When Hugo saw me, he sprang to his feet. Welcome, your majesty. That's my uncle. Where is everyone else? I thought a private chat with the Grand Vizier would be in order before delving into council politics. His eyes traveled to the doorway where Vina was still standing. Although it seems it won't be as private as I was expecting. Are you staying, Princess Vina? My daughter gave a shy nod. Yes, Uncle Hugo. I'm sitting on the King's Council meeting. Let me look at my uncle real quick. Late King and the uncle of the current King Romus Taurus, he served the Roman Council as Grand Vizier. He holds the title of Duke of Valenkiris and Duke of Iza. He accompanied his mother, Queen Liza, on royal visits from a young age. After studying at Academy in Valenkiris, he became a royal ambassador with the has a lot of experience in a diplomatic mission. Promoting Rizian language and values in Rika and Sheena, he returned to Rizia upon the death of Queen Liza and the ascension of his brother to the throne, becoming the ruling Duke of Valenkiris in the Valero's stead. As Duke, he steered clear of the lamplight, avoiding the press and marrying his wife Rita in a small, close ceremony. He assumed the title of Duke of Iza when he and his family were sent to the city to restore control after 1968. He was summoned to by King Leo. It's just 5 Grand Vizier, just assuming that position. He had been behind the scene figure in the capital. Okay, so he's just like, he wants just to be behind the scene. He doesn't want the limelight. Okay. It's unorthodox, I know, but future queens should have the same privilege as future kings. Yep. By all means then, your highness, have a seat. How have you been? Busy. Managing the royal transition is a full-time job in itself. Between that and visit to Rico and Iza, I haven't had a day off since the funeral, so he's still... Okay, so third lodge. Okay, so he's a pretty busy guy. As I listened to him, my eyes drifted toward the back where it was covered in a portrait of Rizia, previous kings, including a newly painted likeness of my father. My dear brother, I do miss him, but I dare say it's time we had some fresh blood on the throne. As Valero never got a chance to fill you in on his royal duties before he passed, I prepared an overview for you. Would you like to hear it? Okay? Yeah, give me an overview. As a king, you were both Rizia, head of state and commander of its armed force, as well as the de jure governor of Rizia, Imperi, Valenkiris, and Palace Administrative District in the island of Kalekabis. Okay, the island of Kalek is a relatively recent addition to Kingdom of Rizia. It's already part of the... Okay, it was taken by the Vangdes island before we came as a part of... Right, and remain under the island governor elected to pension Rizia for protection. Okay, so now we can reserve where to Rizian. Okay, so it's basically a prison island. Okay, got it. Alright, like your father and grandmother before you, you alone have the power to shape this country by passing royal decrees. As is tradition over hundreds of years, each new ruler has passed a sovereign transition and clemency decree to start their reign. Wait, what? The kingdom will be expecting your decree very soon. I think he's a traditionalist from his reaction, so... Yeah. Wield this power wisely, Romus. The decrees you issue should strengthen the fabric of our kingdom, not tear it apart. Hugo reached for a neatly rolled parchment lying on the grand table. With deliberate movements, he unrolled it, revealing the Prepare Royal Decree. I am and the rest of the council advise you to the best of our abilities and put for decrees and state decision for your approval. Ultimately, the king has the final say. However, you should not neglect the House of Delegates, the legislative assembly my brother set up to appease the opposition after the uprising. That's right, his theater of puppets. What about it? It still worked the way he intended. Rizia has the appearance of a constitutional democracy while power remains firmly in the hands of the king. Yes! His Majesty Valero presided over the last election in 1949. The Rizia National Coalition served as House Majority. As always, they propose decrees and issue official approvals of or disapproval of the law passed by you and the council. As Grand Vizier, it's traditional for me to attend their session and pass any relevant information on to you. What's the consequence if I ignore them? Officially, there are none. Unofficially, I would advise you take their input into account. Thankfully, your coronation speech got you off on the right foot with the RNC, even if the speech itself was highly unconventional. I better get it. Do the delegates really represent the will of the people or just the nobility? Do not discount the importance of the nobility to this kingdom, my nephew. Keep them satisfied, and the commoners' lives will be better for it. But if you want a self-styled man of the people, look no further than the opposition. More specifically to their new leader, Manus Sazan. Hugo gave me a meaningful look. The traitor's son? Exactly. He gestured towards my shoulder. As you know, Duke Lucas Sazan was executed for his role in your kidnapping in the 1926 uprising, while his wife, Angelica, was sent into exile on Calakebis. Oh, that's the island, right? Is that the island? Wait. Yeah, that's the island. Yeah, the prison island. While she remains under strict order not to leave the island, no such restriction were placed on the son she gave birth to shortly after her arrival. He opened a folder and took out a picture of a clean-cut young man. Vina leans forward to peer at it. Upon finishing his studies in Kairut, Manus returned to the mainland and then proceeded to win the largest supporter base of any opposition leader we have seen thus far. His promises to give a voice to the common man seem to be resonating with the populace, part of it at least. Common man, but he's descended from nobility. Yes, that's what makes him particularly dangerous. Hugo closed the folder. While I am on the subject, a word about our houses. House Torres. Our family currently control the province of Valenkiris, as well as the city-state of Iza. How is the province doing now that I left? Stable as always, with you on the throne, me as the Grand Vizier, and Rico in Iza. The governing seat has been filled by Hubertus, a distant cousin of ours. Of course, Princess Vina is eligible to take his place as the reigning Duchess. He nodded at my daughter. In a few years maybe, I still don't feel ready. You'll go when I tell you to go. You're already smarter than I was when I became a duke, but it's your decision. Aw. Thank you, father. He could tap his fingers on the table. In any case, your majesty, I don't expect any trouble in Valenkiris during your reign. It remains the wealthiest of Rizia province and the least affected by crime. That's a good thing. Keep their lives comfortable and the locals there will stay loyal to you, okay? What's really going on in Izza? Has Rico been well received as Duke? Hugo face hardened. Izza has been difficult since the Sazon rebellion, even more so now that the native Rizians are in danger of being crowded out by the migrants. He spat out the last word with some distaste. Considering the circumstances, I believe my son is doing just fine. Is Su Omina still based there? Who's Su Omina? Oh, okay, national some more branches active. But native above O. Yes, as an ocean nationalist. Okay. So Hugo is like okay with them. They're like ocean nationalists. At first poorly. Okay. Yes, and I shudder to think of what Izza would be like without it. And what about Rizia Imperi? We control that too, don't we? Yes, Porta Trazon and its metropolitan area are controlled by the central government and therefore House Torres. You don't need to worry about pleasing our house in this region, though it's more crucial to retain the favor of the major corporations that are based here. Doesn't House Torres run any corporations? Some minor relations do, but most of our house wealth come from our land and natural gas holding. The Palace Administrative District is also under the jurisdiction of Rizia Imperi since we reclaimed it in the early 20s. Got it, that's all. Okay. Okay. Got it. Hugo nodded approvingly. As for the other houses, House Sazan. Yes, aside from Izza, which is now under Rico's governance, all of Brennus is still their territory. The noble houses there swore fealty to the crown in exchange for keeping a hold on their cities and their states. But the return of Angelica's boy could test that loyalty. He is their rightful duke after all. He lost that title when his father orchestrated my kidnapping. Lucas was a rogue agent, or so the rest of the house claims. Lest we forget, Waylon is scheduled to return Zeal to Rizia next year. The Sazons expect the region to become part of their province, as it was before the uprising. And use as my bargaining chip. Stay loyal to the crown or no zeal for House Sazon. Now you're thinking like a king, yes! Playing politics, and finally, House Azaro. Precisely, the rulers of Cadiz, Monteclair, and the stewards of the Rizian military. You must be aware of their patriarch Thaddeus' poor health. The general suffered a stroke shortly after the king Valero's death. I thought it was fun, I mean, yes. Yes, I was saddened to hear. He taught me everything I know. His daughter, Lucita, the Duchess of Monteclair, volunteered to take his place as War and Security Counselor. You will meet her soon. You should also know that the faction within her province had begun calling for the return of Palais again. Why though? It's already large and powerful enough. No matter your feelings on the subject, I advise you to take the house concern seriously. Hugo glanced at the clock. Well, I hope that was helpful. One more thing, as you're aware, a few years before your father's death, he reinstated the Golden Guard. Right, and where are they now? Here, sir, ready and able, Titus Gordian. For the first time, I noticed the man standing in the corner of the room. He was wearing a tight-fitting gold blazer that barely concealed his muscular physique. Meet Titus Gordian, the captain of the Golden Guard. He and his men have been keeping a close watch on you since the coronation. What the hell? My apologies, sirs. I was waiting for an opportune time to introduce myself. Titus and his dozen men have been trained in the upper echelons of the Rizia elite military and police academies. Each has sworn an oath to protect the king and his family at all costs. How can they be trusted? I have no wife nor children to threaten, Your Majesty, and I receive a paycheck so large that bribery would be of no use. Wait, so all of them have no wife? Okay, so they have no families. They're hella rich, you know, okay. He bowed to Vina. She looked a little flustered. Why didn't Queen Liza discontinue the Golden Guard? Because she thought they make royal look elitist, and because she trailed off. Because she thought they were getting too powerful. It's why our current force is less than a third of the size it once was. Your father always had a fondness for Rizian tradition, so he spared no expense in bringing the guards back. A Beth in a reduced form. It humbles me to be worthy of such an elite unit's protection. The humility is all mine, sir. Thank you, Titus. You may wait outside the chamber until the meeting's conclusion. Titus nodded and swiftly left the room. God damn, look at that armor. Ooh! Oh, so it was a boxer too? Okay. Damn. And selected. Damn, I got a badass bodyguard unit. Finally, that's what I want. Noon already. Shall we and the young heiress break for a glass of wine before the council convenes this afternoon? Glad we still have much to catch up on. I think your father kept a store of vintage. Can't travel in one of those cabinets. Thank you for the invitation, your Uncle Hugo. He turned to look my daughter in the eye. What an intelligent and well-mannered young woman you grew up to be, Your Highness. I know how overwhelming the capital can seem compared to Mount Keys. If you ever have questions, don't be afraid to come to me. Vina smiled politely. That's very kind of your Uncle Hugo. Okay. Wait, so Hugo is my uncle. So, oh, okay. Yes, too kind. No offer of advice for me? I wouldn't presume to know better than you, Your Majesty. Of course, you can always come to me with questions as well. Vina finished jotting down some notes as Hugo went searching for the wine. Okay, some degrees are available. Okay, a bunch of degrees. Oh shit. Okay, this is complicated. Okay, this is actual gameplay stuff now. Okay. Alright, I think it's a good time to end this episode. Because it's a lot of reading, a lot of info dump. But I kind of now get the general gist of the situation of Rizia now. So of course, I will definitely come back with the next gameplay video. So yeah. Don't you know, I'll be back real quick with that. But yeah, this is interesting. All new gameplay stuff that I haven't learned before, that I haven't seen before. Okay, but yeah, see you guys next episode, and peace out.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill,